You guys are flying. You're going over 100 miles an hour down the metro.
Can I please get a warning? Please. But if I was a cop and the person told me, I'll be like, I might have slapped him like, I want to give you.
I don't want to slap
so fucking bad. But you told me that your license,
Here's my
just
thing,
got your license back. I ain't gonna get your license.
I've seen one too many bodies.
I promise I won't do it again.
I've seen one too many bodies, man. You know how many of those
If you happen to miss it, headlines recently highlighted that Young Thug's legal woes are far from over. Even after his release, Atlanta authorities seem to have kept him firmly in their sights. The timing raised eyebrows. Right after he opened up in an interview about his fallout with Gunna, federal agents appeared to take renewed interest in him. "I just like helping people," he said, referring to Gunna, an artist he collaborated with on numerous hit tracks. Gunna was not only a key figure under his label, but also found himself behind bars around the same time. Naturally, fans are left curious about where their relationship stands now. Everyone seems to be asking the same thing. What's the status between them now? Truth is, it's unclear. The tension spills over into Young Thug's latest track, Money on Money, featuring Future, where he raps pointed lines like, "Brody, you a rat, twin, you a pack," and "these guys telling for nothing, and I gotta be the one calling them friends." The message isn't subtle. He's clearly distancing himself from Gunna, especially in light of the courtroom snitching. When Gunna took a plea deal back in 2022, Thug reportedly found out in court the next day, reacting by slamming his head on the table, visibly shaken, unable to respond to Gunna directly. But whatever moves he makes post-release could very well land him back behind bars. One tweet that's gone viral puts it bluntly, "There's no way Young Thug stays out of jail and keeps rapping. The lyrics fans want are the same ones that break his probation every time." DJ Academics even predicted this, saying the terms of his release are basically a trap, designed to push him into violating probation and serving a potential 20-year sentence.
His fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you got no stipulations. The Young Thug thing is a win, but it's also a huge setup. If you gonna tell me that they're gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15 years, can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or gang members, he can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is activity. Well, he's always gonna talk about him and his is doing his thing. They might consider that activity. He might be like, yo, me, it's like, yo, we going to the park getting lit. We going to the club getting lit. They might be like, oh, no, you talking about again. So, we celebrating right now because I think we could all see, if you follow that trial at all, whether you're a fan of Thug or not, you can see the pain. You can see was going through it. Like, he gained a lot of weight. Everybody knows Thug was not that weight. So we happy he got out, but we definitely got to be very cognizant of how it's going to play.
Things escalated quickly when Wack 100 claimed to possess 2 hours of interrogation footage showing Gunna allegedly cooperating with authorities and implicating Young Thug. The revelation sent shockwaves through social media, fueling speculation that federal agents may be gearing up for another YSL-related case. In a public call-out, Wack addressed Gunna directly. "Hey Gunna, listen, I'm piecing it all together. I don't know, maybe I'll give you 24 hours, maybe 12, maybe even just 1. But I'm giving you some time to come clean. Own up to the truth. Admit what you said in that interrogation room." The message was clear. Wack was daring Gunna to tell the world what really went down. Guess who's got the footage? 2 whole hours. Wack 100 didn't hold back, saying, "Man, you were in there spilling more than Hurricane Katrina." The only mistake Gunna made, according to Wack, was allowing the whole thing to be recorded. As the drama unfolded, Young Thug caught wind of it, eventually addressing the situation during an Instagram Live. He shared some unexpected thoughts, but notably, he didn't drop a single name. "Stink, I miss you. I miss you too. What are you doing?" "Nothing." "You bored? You don't like him?" "No, in my room." "You were being mean." "He felt your energy, man." The exchange got everyone talking. But things really took a turn when DJ Academics leaked a bombshell. Young Thug had been making multiple calls to industry peers, advising them to steer clear of Gunna while he was still behind bars. "The streets are brutal," one insider claimed, revealing that Young Thug had flat out told people Gunna was a snitch. "I'm telling you this whether you believe me or not," he said, adding that Thug had sent messages to the likes of Lil Durk and Lil Baby, along with a few other rappers, whose names he chose not to disclose. Soon after, more and more artists started distancing themselves from Gunna, as Thug's release changed the game. Gunna's buzz was cooling off, and it wasn't like anyone was rushing to work with him. When the news spread like wildfire online, young Thug knew he had to react. He hopped onto Instagram Live briefly, laughing off the whole situation. "I'm going live," young Thug announced, jumping on Instagram with a playful vibe. "Just hopped on here to let y'all know that, yes, a goat can go live. Who's up right now? What's up? Who's up right now?" It seemed like a lighthearted back and forth at first, but the atmosphere shifted when news broke that the head of Georgia's PD Council gang unit was preparing to defend against a possible 4PF RICO case. Official court documents even named Lil Baby, sending shockwaves through the industry. But the plot thickened when, during a court hearing, police referenced chilling evidence. An investigator took the stand, revealing wiretapped phone calls where someone allegedly mentioned Lil Baby had put tickets on people's heads, suggesting he was involved in arranging hits, much like Lil Durk's involvement in M4Hire operations.
Like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying?
They ain't even like that, man. Them got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unc, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unc.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by a price? What do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested? And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones had wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
Rappers quickly began reacting. First young Thug, now Lil Baby. "They're playing y'all," some said, pointing fingers at the Atlanta DA. "Be careful, Atlanta rappers. This is the same DA who went after young Thug," they warned. But don't forget, this is also the same DA Gunna made his plea deal with. The drama deepened when news broke that Lil Baby had been taken into county jail for questioning in connection to the deaths of Jackety Davis and Lamont Freeman. Authorities questioned why he shut down 4PF following the incident. To make matters worse, Atlanta police claimed that a local rapper's music video was somehow linked to the deaths of 2-year-olds, and a $50,000 reward was being offered for any tips leading to more information. So far, 7 people have been arrested. The scene was chaotic, filled with nothing but gunfire. At least 25 shots fired, one witness recalled. "It was terrible. All I was doing was waiting for Lily Baby to come buy my tacos." The situation only grew more intense when Lil Baby made a shocking announcement. He had decided to shut down his record label 4PF to prevent it from being seen as a street crew. However, his decision raised eyebrows as it came in one of the most suspicious ways possible. "It had to come to an end, you know," Lil Baby reflected. "When I say, of course, I mean, why do you think I say that?" He paused, then continued. "Because I had to realize that I could be held accountable for the actions of others. At first, I didn't understand that. I never would have gone down that path if I knew. But now that I get it, it'd be foolish to keep things going the same way." He went on to explain that people were trying to twist things into something they weren't. "If I can control it, we're switching things up. It's not just about the cops, it's about everything. You know what I'm saying? I never meant for my label to be something I'd have to constantly talk about," Lil Baby said, reflecting on the situation. Meanwhile, the internet's attention shifted squarely onto Gunna, with many pointing fingers at him. His lawyer, sensing the growing backlash, stepped in to clarify things. He stated, "I was Gunna's attorney, but I'm not speaking for him now. This post is simply to set the record straight. Gunna did not cooperate with anyone, and he did not provide any information that could impact young Thug's case. I also have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes. And yes, ma'am. You were present, along with Jeffrey Williams, when a firearm was recovered. These items didn't belong to you, correct?" the lawyer asked. "Yes, ma'am," Gunna confirmed. After spending 8 months in jail, Gunna was released in December 2022 after entering an Alfred plea. His plea had no bearing on Thug's trial, and he was never called to testify or named as a witness. In the case, Gunna was given a 5-year suspended sentence, with no reporting requirements, no travel or living restrictions, and no probation. Over the past 2 years, he's performed globally, gaining international fame, recognition, and earning millions. On the other hand, Thug faced trial, ultimately pleading guilty in a nolo contendere after spending 30 months behind bars. Gunna was handed a 15-year probation sentence with reporting conditions and is prohibited from leaving Atlanta. For those still bashing Gunna, the message was clear. Get over it. Enough said. However, a fan's response to Gunna's lawyer went viral, reading, "Once you fully understand the consequences of Gunna's cooperation in the YSL trial, you'll see why Thug and Baby will never be on good terms with him again. Go learn, and I'll teach you right now," the statement began. The Atlanta Police Department took aim at Lil Baby, claiming his actions were linked to the tragic deaths of 2 young individuals last summer. During a press conference on Wednesday, February 26th, the Atlanta PD revealed that 7 arrests had been made in connection to the deaths of Jackie Davis and Lamont Freeman. Major Ralph made a statement, asserting that the incidents were part of a gang conflict that ignited during Lil Baby's music video shoot last May, which also left 3 people injured. He emphasized that their team would stop at nothing to hold Lil Baby accountable.
Pockets full had to come to an end. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. When you say of course, I mean, why you say of course?
Because it's all shit that be going on. And I had to start learning that, like, other people's actions I could be held accountable for.
Right.
I ain't know all that at first. You know what I'm saying? I never would have went that route, but I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Now that I know, I'd be a fool to just keep the same thing going. They trying to make something out of something that it ain't.
Right.
Like, if I got any kind of control of, hey, we're going to switch that whole thing up. It ain't even just about the police. It's just period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never was supposed to make my label.
Fans found it strange when Lil Baby recorded a music video right on an opposing block, just outside a taco stand. But what really raised eyebrows was a woman who appeared on the news, revealing that she had tipped off the ops about Lil Baby's whereabouts. She posted on Facebook, "Lil Baby's at my taco shop, 3 cars deep, shooting a music video. Where y'all at? We're over here chilling, got Lil Baby filming around here. You know how we do it at Slapping Tacos. There he goes, there he goes. Y'all see him? He came for some tacos. Baby, y'all better pull up. You know how he's doing it at Slapping Tacos." According to the police, the ops had no idea Lil Baby was even there until the woman's Facebook video caught their attention, prompting them to show up armed. What's even more unsettling is that the feds are pointing the finger at Lil Baby instead of the woman. Fans quickly drew comparisons to the trap set by Atlanta DA Fani Willis, suggesting this could be another example of how rappers in Atlanta are being targeted. Just 1 week after Gunna took his plea deal, news broke that Lil Baby was arrested on Monday night for carrying a concealed firearm without a permit. He was taken to the Clark County Detention Center and held on a $5,000 bail. As the situation unfolded, Lil Baby was heard on video saying, "I need 20B. Call the number for me. Hey security, call the number for me. They locking me up, but I got security. I make 200 bands a year, I swear to God. Security, I'll give you 200 bands a year. You don't make 200 bands here." His words were filled with frustration, but he continued, "Hey mama, check my check. Leave it at 19. Nah, check me good. I got to my nuts. Check me good. All right, y'all let me caution myself." Fans quickly speculated that this arrest was a warning, echoing concerns from Gunna's plea deal. But things took a darker turn when, just 8 months later, DJ Academics revealed on stream that the name 4PF was now listed on the same RICO document that YSL had been implicated in.
Investigation aspect of this, Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life. Gang violence was orchestrated by adults in our city. And cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been. And in the subsequent days, we saw and ultimately the deaths of 2 children as a result of his cowardly actions. And you know who you are. And I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible.
Now that the YSL trial had wrapped up, DJ Academics finally revealed the truth about what had been going on. He suggested that Lil Baby's recent arrest felt like a warning sign, hinting at a massive RICO charge looming over him. The rumor circulating was that young Thug, who grew up with Lil Baby in Atlanta, might somehow be involved. Academics continued saying, "I'm going to tell you some things you're going to have to either take my word for or not believe. It's up to you, I don't care either way." But when Fonnie Willis started targeting YSL, she had a long list of people in her sights. She wanted Thug, and she got YFN. So, she got YSL, and then YFN. It seemed inevitable that 4PF would be next on the list. This is actually one of the reasons why they altered the names in the case, by the way. From what I've heard, the Fed stepped in and told them, "It's okay, we've got it." They basically gave the green light to dismiss the charge. As a result, they didn't press too hard on trying to go after Lil Durk, especially after the tragic passing of King Von. That case? They dropped it, just like that. The feds have come to the conclusion that they'll eventually get Durk. Following the pattern here? You see why Lil Baby has been moving the way he has? It's because Lil Baby hasn't been under federal surveillance. He's been under county and state watch. While the Atlanta DA wasn't successful in taking down young Thug, it's possible she might go after Lil Baby next. The evidence supporting that theory became clearer just 1 month after Gunna's cooperation was made public. Lil Baby was arrested again. This time, Lil Baby was arrested for illegal window tint, and the official footage was quickly leaked online. In the video, he can be heard saying, "Man, you know why I pulled you over? These windows are tinted. You can't see anything. I'm a celebrity, man. Nobody can see me. Just give me my ticket. We're good, right?" The officer responds, "I don't know what celebrity you are." Lil Baby insists, "It doesn't matter. Just give me my ticket and let me go. I can't have anyone see me. Like this. I'm putting my window up." The officer replies, "Look, you're good, but you can't have these tinted windows, man." Lil Baby, now calm, says, "All right, just give me the ticket. Have a good day." The officer then asks, "Who are you again?" Lil Baby responds, "My name's Baby." The officer replies, "Okay, just sign here." "Got a pen?" Lil Baby asks as he receives the ticket. 327. You don't want to have these, but you gotta have tents in Atlanta, okay? I'll take the ticket. He adds, "Somebody put a 32, huh?" You can get a 32 if you have a medical exception. In the body cam footage, Lil Baby was only issued a ticket. However, reports from various sources claim that after the officer handed Lil Baby the ticket and returned to his cruiser to log it into the system, his name was flagged. Not long after, another officer further down the same street pulled Lil Baby over again, but this time he was arrested without explanation, almost as if it were a warning. This led to Lil Baby having to fly his lawyer out to help him get bailed out that very night.